Behind every safe event, there are hundreds of people attendees never think about. Attendee built the software that helps those people coordinate. The vendors, the staff, the schedules, the emergency plans. We work with events of every kind. But Pride Month is in full swing, and over 100 of the largest Pride festivals in the country run on our platform. We wanted to understand what safety actually looks like for them, on the ground from the people running it.
With where we're at today, it's one of the most challenging times we're dealing with, just based on the world we're living in, right? With threats that are targeting specific groups of people, Pride events need to make sure they lock down on safety.
According to GLAAD, there were 932 anti-LGBTQ plus incidents in 2025. That's 2.5 incidents documented every day, of which 52% are targeting trans and gender nonconforming people specifically. These incidents range from protests to deaths. Thankfully, these incidents are on a downward trajectory, but we are still at a historical high.
And that's the part we know we live in. So be aware of those stats, but also understand what are some things that we can do to be safe for us and for the people around us and for the people that we love.
So when we wanted to understand how safety gets managed at such a large scale, we called the Pride organizers that use our platform to find out more.
We have a safety team / security team that is created by us, for us. It's all ran by Black trans men. So we have that in the forefront, right? So we put that first. That is our first line of defense. If something happens, it's going to be me or Denzel, right? So they're going to come to us. We're going to be the one that's going to communicate. It then goes to our safety team. And then the police are on the outside skirts of our event. They asked us, what do we do to shift the dynamic, right? Shift the dialogue so that it is not dangerous and it is not scary. We train them.
This is something we talked about early on just as a board. We're lucky in Cincinnati, as I hope with any police department, that they just see this as an event. It's not, they don't care what it's titled, it's an event to them. The cities themselves have adapted their own security plans to include, now we have, we're going to be having drone surveillance and things through them. And that was all provided for through the city. So there's a lot of services that we first went to the city and said, hey, what can you give us? Then you kind of have that second layer of security where it's the more out and about walking around to the public facing security. So making sure that there's a lot of coordination between what's going on behind the scenes and what's going on with the people who have the shirts on.
It's a tough world out there, but it's our community. We're not going to let that stop us. We're going to be there and we're going to be proud and we're going to be excited.
And the people running these events are planning for all of it simultaneously. So you are safe. Remember that.
When you walk into a Pride festival, what do you typically see? You see the greeters that are standing at the door. You see the EMT folks. You see the volunteers running around. You see people with the yellow vests that are running about, and these are all volunteers that are part of that Pride event to make sure that they're keeping you safe. In fact, volunteers' demand has gone up 109% year over year.
Organizers, they massively over-recruit, 2.5 times what they need. They use real-time check-in tools like Attendee, which is genuinely a big part of why we build a platform.
We created a volunteer committee. That volunteer committee solely communicates with our volunteers. They have their own email address. They use Attendee to communicate. We have tons and tons of different shifts. So our volunteer team was really involved in setting up our Attendee application. Volunteer commitment is a huge thing for us, and we don't want to lose those people. So when they come in, I'm very much having my operations team and my committee. What keeps you coming? What do you enjoy? What do you want to do? And we find spaces that fit for them. And then they grow into those lead positions. So over the years, I've watched us go from 100 volunteers to 550.
The way that we do it for no other, we treat our volunteer as a 365 days full staff. Of course, they don't work full-time hours, but that's how we treat them. And so we do retreats with our volunteers. We do webinars where we bring other people in to teach about different areas of producing. And that, I think what that has allowed our volunteers to do is really have ownership of the event.
I would say number one is that we're focusing on is the communication. And this year we really talked about what do volunteers feel comfortable with doing. There's multi-levels of volunteers in our festival, and not all of them feel comfortable being on helping with security. So really building that into our asks and things like that to not only make sure that they're comfortable where they are, but that's also going to give them the ability to give their all.
So that's the backstage breakdown of Pride festivals. If you want more information, we package all of this and more into a report called Safety at Scale. Link is in the description.
The next time you go to a Pride event, look around. Take a look at all those folks in the vest. Take a look at those folks that aren't in vests. Take a look at that mascot that's standing there as well. All of those individuals are there to make sure that you are safe and you go home safely.